A revolutionary? I don't know about that. To me, a revolutionary is a militant, someone who has dedicated their entire life to the aggressive pursuit of social change. I don't know. Maybe I am a revolutionary. Bicentennial Curious is my 74th adult picture to date, which coincidentally is 1/3 of a bicentennial plus 8, roughly. Which makes this kind of extra special, you know, obviously.
As actors, we have to do a lot to prepare for roles like these. And it's very complicated and serious for us.
Very complicated.
And it's not just about our bodies. It's about our brains, about our minds.
All those things and more.
We read, right? Literature on the subject.
We have to.
We research.
We research. We study.
We brush up on the facts.
One thing I do is called a power cleanse. Completely flushes my insides out. That helps me. That centers me.
Flushes and centers.
That's one thing I do.
What's nice about it? What I enjoy most is the family atmosphere. There's a real closeness here. Like sisters, really. Everyone here, we're all just sisters.
Could you not? I just rather you didn't get too close.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not comfortable with my body, with how I look on camera.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Is this the first time you've done one of these films?
Me? No, I've done about 60 of these.
The fact of the matter is, I don't make movies about wizards and magical forces. I make real films. Real films about real tangible things.
Like what, for example?
Like love, you know, religion, the national deficit, things like that. Real, tangible things. I like to think that I make films that speak to the times, that reflect our current cultural climate. Bicentennial, to me, seemed a logical progression. It's a retrospective of the entire history of America. Because for me, there's always been an interlacing between sex and American history. You know, conceived in liberty, you know.
We are all endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights.
Well, it would seem to me that you have been particularly well endowed by your Creator.
Now that's my kind of declaration.
Well, we've got a great bunch of people involved this time. A lot of familiar faces. Nellie Westfield, the Ohio sisters. And we found this great new young ingenue who's playing the role of Susan Used to Be Anthony. And Digger Chartwell is back with us, which is really, that's a coup.
And which might call the elder statesman of the bunch. You probably recognize me. I've actually done quite a large number of commercials. A few national spots. Blistex for one. Popeye's chicken? Nothing? Fair enough.
The thing is, it's just so unbelievably
Ambitious.
exactly.
And that's what people have come to expect from a Mick Jones film.
He's got things to say.
And he puts in the legwork.
It's all 100% historically accurate.
Yes, it is.
It's not at all historically accurate. I've reminded Mr. Jones countless times that nothing, as far as the United States was concerned, happened of significance in the year 1769. a date which for some reason he's infatuated with. Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders had absolutely nothing to do with homosexuality. And I can't even tell you the liberties that have been taken concerning the Battle of the Bulge.
This country was built on a foundation of risk-taking, and it only makes sense that my films follow suit. In this life, we have to do things we're not always comfortable doing. Freedom hurts. Liberty is neither easy nor enjoyable.
So this one, then?
Definitely that one. I think that one of the things I'm most proud of is the way that, in a relatively short amount of time, I've been able to accumulate a substantial body of work, both in terms of subject matter and sheer quantity. Oh, XXX chromosome. This is a real hot button issue right now in Washington. It's a very, very big deal. And you know, this one actually is light enough that it probably could have been shown in some schools, certain schools. You know, not elementary schools, but maybe some high schools, I think. Oh, one of my earliest. Eggs over easy. It's abortion, women's rights, the usual. Morning, Lisa. This was way ahead of its time. This was a Da Vinci Code well before that film ever got made. Racy space race. I'm especially proud of the way we were able to capture Cold War paranoia.
Smut dick to missionary control. Space girl here. I'm going into orbit!
Blast off, baby, blast off.
Technically, what we're doing here is called soft core. And we do tend to take some flack for that. There's a lot of people who have the argument that soft core is the lowest form of art, that it pretends to be something that it's not, whereas hardcore is, it cuts more to the chase, is more honest in its intentions. But I guess what I'm saying is honest how? Honest in what way? Unbridled breasts and assholes? How is that more honest? My films put the love and the lovemaking into context. They give it a face, they give it a beating heart, and a moment in history. It's not just about sex. It's not about 2 or 4 or 100 bodies just sticking things into the closest available holes. It's about purpose. It's about making something real, and regardless of restraint, making something the best you can make it with whatever materials you have at your disposal. Hey, Frank.
Get out, Nick Jones! Get out of our town! Peddle your smut elsewhere!
Don't worry about that. That comes with the territory. Okay, Digger, I hear you saying you love her, but I want to feel it.
Feel it?
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, I'm fairly certain that this speech, even in the most abstract moments, has nothing to do with male-female relations.
Gettysburg, undress. Roll camera.
Marker.
And action!
4 holes and 7 beers ago.
Nick, I'm getting some real levels here. You hear this?
All right, cut. Hell? People, we are making a movie here. We are making art inside these walls. Can you respect that?
What are you doing out here?
Well, we've come out here because we've seen what this man does. Mick Jones, he smears the very things that we hold sacred. I mean, have you seen Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Jane? Me neither, but I can imagine it. And in my mind, it's not very pretty. It's very, very, very graphic. Very much so.
All I can say is thank God for places like Walmart. Places that have the courage and the good sense to edit or ban all forms of art that they deem unfit for public consumption.
This film has no place in our community.
It's a porno, it's pornographic, and it completely undermines what America stands for.
And what does America stand for?
Well, it stands for abstinence. And it stands for suppressing our natural instincts and desires, right? I mean, that's what separates us from the animals. That's what makes us Americans.
You try not to let it get to you. It's all you can do. You block it out, and you focus, and press on.
Protest the breast! 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 Protest the protest of 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 the breast!
Whew. I mean, listen, when I heard what was going on down here, I had to come down and do something. I mean, support these hardworking people. I mean, pornography's been a huge part of my life. I mean, watching it, not acting in it, but whew, I thought, you know, this is one way that I could give something back.
The thing is, obviously there are limits to free speech. There has to be. Otherwise, everyone would just say whatever it was they wanted to say. And that's anarchy. And it would be the Dark Ages again. And that's not what America's about. America's about light. And whatever the opposite of anarchy is.
They're jealous. That's what it all comes down to.
Jealous that we have these dream jobs.
Because we have these amazing bodies and this soft, incredible hair, and we get to make sweet love to dozens of beautiful women all day long.
You know, it's really just sad how some people can't handle seeing other people succeed.
How do you respond to people who say that you're part of the problem, that you're tarnishing the image of our country with this film?
Oh, I don't know. That's a political question.
We say they're part of the problem, okay? We say they're tarnishing the image of our country with this film.
Do you feel that you're protected or justified under the First Amendment?
Of course we are. What are amendments for, if not to protect and justify?
I really don't feel comfortable talking about this. It's not something I'm... Would it be okay? Could we just talk about sex now?
You call that a woman's movement? I'll show you some real liberation.
Cut. I'm sorry. Give me a minute.
A man like me has options. A man like me, look, I've seen things. I've been places. I've been to Canada. Do I think it's important, what we're doing here? I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
To me, it's never been a choice. This is what I do. I'm a filmmaker. I make films. I don't know any other way. I guess it's not unusual for people like me, people with a specific vision, to be met with opposition. If history tells us anything, it's that most people are fearful of the unknown. And it takes a select few brave individuals to absorb the brunt of the criticism in order to make a statement, to bring about change. But long after my critics are gone, and after they've moved on and found some other worthy cause to protest or champion, I'll still be here. And I'll continue to fight for what I believe in, and I'll be fighting to let my voice be heard. Like so many of my forefathers, I too have a dream. And what we're doing here is a product made of sweat and blood and passion. And it's not just mine, it's everyone's, every single person in history to this point. This is my love letter to America. A land where a man like me, where men and women just like me, true patriots, can dare to dream. A place where we can be brave and free and express ourselves freely, where we can be professors and curators and babysitters and historians, and that's a wrap. And heroes. Every last one of us. We can all be heroes. That's what I believe, anyway. That's my little dream.